All right, folks, welcome back. Today, I want us to look at the Apple Watch Ultra from a different perspective. It's self-evident. Apple spent a lot of time and money figuring out what would create a truly fantastic fitness and adventure wearable. The Apple Watch Ultra boasts several outstanding features, from its durable design to its strong software functions that outperform the standard Apple Watch. You may watch it in a variety of ways, but before you do, these are my 5 reasons why I think the Apple Watch Series 8 is still a better buy for some people. The massive size of the Apple Watch Ultra has been a source of considerable debate since its introduction. The Apple Watch Ultra has only one case size of 49mm, which is insensitive, as some people may have somewhat lower risks than others. While we aren't major fans of the big design, we can see why others are. The Series 8 weighs 32 grams against 61 grams for the Apple Watch Ultra, making the Series 8 much lighter. Is it unbearable to wear a clunky, weighty piece of technology on your wrist all day? That is entirely up to you, however, as witnessed with previous Apple products like the M2 12.9-inch MacBook Pro. Apple has a tendency of pushing the boundaries of functionalities on a gadget, and I feel the Apple Watch Ultra is the wearable equivalent of that. The functions on the Apple Watch Ultra would be used in regions with harsh climatic conditions or by a certain demographic. Scuba divers and hikers, for example, are the types of individuals who would gain the most from the Apple Watch Ultra's features, since they interact with their surroundings in ways that other people do not. However, for the ordinary customer, it makes more sense to go with a less costly gadget, such as the Apple Watch Series 8 or Apple Watch SE, which should suit all of their demands. Now, if you want to learn more about the Apple Watch Ultra's capabilities and why I think it's a touch overkill, please subscribe to this channel and watch my review of the Apple Watch Ultra as excessively hefty. Moving on, one of the most notable features of the Apple Watch Ultra is its lengthy battery life of up to 36 hours. However, it requires a large battery to do so. The heavier the gadget, the bigger the battery. When evaluating a device for all-day use on your wrists, there are several instances in which a bulky watch may be inconvenient. Comparatively, the Apple Watch Ultra is about twice as heavy as the Apple Watch SE, and the size and weight of 95 grams with the Ocean Band linked would be exceedingly unpleasant if worn to bed. The weight of an Apple Watch Series 8 with a Sport Loop band is merely 42 grams. In comparison, most buyers would gladly accept a heavier product in return for longer run times. The real question is whether or not to pay $799 for it. This brings us to the following point. The Apple Watch Ultra is a touch costly, but as impressive as its capabilities seem on paper, the majority of them are aimed at a specialized market. If you are not interested in endurance activities, you may safely choose a different, less expensive option, perhaps a little costly. Here, we'll do a quick comparison to see if the Apple Watch Ultra is right for you. The Series 8 GPS model starts at $399, while the Series 8 cellular variant starts at $499. That is around $150 more than the Apple Watch SE with the Apple Watch Ultra. That's an extra $550, bringing the total to $799. Currently, the Apple Watch Ultra has a slew of unique capabilities. However, you should assess whether the additional expense is genuinely justified by the enhanced convenience of the additional features. If you believe you can live without them, you can save money by purchasing the Apple Watch SE starting at $249 for the GPS variation or the Apple Watch Series 8's $399. The benefit here is that you'll have more money to spend on accessories to enhance your experience. Which accessories would you buy if you had more money? Comment below and inform us about other models with similar essential features. The Apple Watch Ultra shares the same fundamental features as the Apple Watch Series 8 and the Apple Watch SE. The Apple Watch Ultra, on the other hand, adds a few features in Series 8. It is possible to check your heart rate and blood oxygen levels. A temperature sensor can assist you in tracking your fertility. Use the always-on display to remain dust-free. This gadget also has quick charging capabilities. The Apple Watch Ultra will have these and other features. The primary distinction is not sophisticated crash detection, which may inform emergency personnel if you are involved in a severe accident. The Apple Watch SE and the Apple Watch Series 8 also support a number of watchOS 9 capabilities. According to Apple's website, the Apple Watch Series 8 has a water resistance rating of 50 meters to ISO standards 228:10-20. In addition, IP6X dust and crack resistance is better on the Apple Watch Ultra, but it still functions properly, so you won't be missing out on anything if you choose a lesser model watch. The Apple Watch Ultra has been touted as the most durable and capable Apple Watch to date. While this beefed-up, ruggedized wearable is geared at fitness enthusiasts and sports fans who may be disappointed with the standard Apple Watch. As a regular user, you have solid reasons not to upgrade to the Apple Watch Ultra, but if you possess an Apple Watch Series 8 model and still thinking about upgrading, watch this video in which I compare the Apple Watch Series 8 versus the Apple Watch Ultra. You can check it through the link at the top right corner. Thank you for your time. My name is CEO Frimpong, or you can call me Frimps the CEO, and I'll see you in the next one. Adios.